Welcome back to another Falcon No Cap recap with your player partner Panama. I got my homie Dustin with me. So today we played who we played, Dustin?
San Francisco
San
49ers.
Francisco 49ers. And it was a tough one. I mean, starting with the first quarter, it ended 0-0. So our defense did their thing. I seen James Pierce Jr. make a great play to stop the screen from happening. Sniffed it out like one of them dogs that be looking for illegal stuff on trucks traveling. You know what I mean? But it ended up 0-0 with the first quarter. And then I don't know which quarter Diablo got hurt. Do you remember which quarter he went out?
It was the second. I'm not sure though.
Yeah, so I really felt like I'd stopped seeing James Pierce a lot and Diablo being out. I think number 40 came in to back up Diablo, but Christian McCaffrey was just having his way. I think he ended up with 211 total yards from scrimmage, over 100 and just rushing when it came down to it. But the first quarter ended 0-0. And if you can't tell, we're in a somber mood. Doug got the shades on. It's never good when we got the shades on. You know what I'm saying? And we ain't on vacation. So it's one of them nights, ladies and gentlemen. But bear with us. We're here for y'all. We promised y'all we're gonna be here and we're gonna be here. But the first quarter ended 0-0. Second quarter looked promising. We went up 3-0. Romo kicked the field goal. But the 49ers drove back down and scored, which made it 7-3 with a Christian McCaffrey touchdown. So pretty much the second quarter ended at 10-3 because we were driving and we had a fumble, which allowed the 49ers to have a short field. And even though we kept them out of the end zone, they were able to get a field goal. I think that was a 50-yarder or something, boy kick. I remember because you asked me if his kicker was good, and I was saying he just dinged one in for the extra point. So, but he knocked it down. He knocked it down, which made the halftime 10-3. I was kind of disappointed we couldn't get a touchdown in the first half. I remember saying that to you, man. And I just, it just felt like we can move the ball somewhere, but we just couldn't finish it, so we would stall out and whatnot. But
all week we've been hearing we the number one and number two offense.
Right.
When you think about that, that's why it bothered us.
Right.
That we didn't score.
Right. But at this point, the defense is standing up and showing why they were rated high. So everything looked good going in there. And then in the third quarter, after halftime, 49ers got a quick field goal, going up 13-3. After that, we made a long drive. Matter of fact, on the kickoff return, made a long run. I think he got us down to the 50, giving us good field position right there, which we were able to capitalize on and finish with a Robinson touchdown, which was making it look like a ball game at that point, 10-13. Feeling real good about where we're at, what was going on, and that pretty much ended the third quarter. So, with that being said, the 49ers were able to score, push it up to 20-10 in the fourth quarter. And, it looked like we were having some promise driving the ball, but it was a crucial play. We went for it on a fourth down when we could have kicked the ball. As a matter of fact, this was when it was 13-10, before Christian scored his last touchdown. I remember looking over to you, asking you, was it smart for us to go for it then? Because it would have been a 50-yard kick, but we went for it and didn't get it. Now, after that, that's when Christian scored a touchdown. But they pointed out to us that since the lineman pulled him in, it was supposed to be called a penalty. And
So he got away with that one.
right, I think they might have supposed to lose it down too, but that was a penalty for doing that, and they didn't call that.
Yeah, 10-yard penalty.
Right. So I wonder how things would have played out if the rules would have been carried out how they were supposed to. Because when I was looking at it, I was thinking like, can they do that? I know you could push from behind because that tush
Yeah, remember,
push.
we even thought the play was dead.
Exactly.
We thought it was over at one
Exactly.
point.
We
Like,
did. We
Mm-hmm.
did think the play was dead and over at a certain point. But yeah, ultimately they gave him a touchdown. You know, I knew it wasn't much we could do with trying to get 10 points in 2 minutes. That was gonna be tough. So ultimately the 49ers ended up winning that game. But I do want to give a shout out to my defense because my defense did play pretty well given the circumstances, but the offense not giving them much. But as far as numbers, we had 19 first downs. 49ers had 23 first downs, which was with 4 more than we had. Now they converted on third downs really well, 9 for 15. That's more than half. More than 50% when it comes to that, and we were 5 for 11, under 50%, of course.
and we're usually pretty good at that.
Yeah, exactly. And then we went for it on fourth down twice, and we were 0-2 when it comes to that. And total plays, we had 60 plays. The 49ers had 66. In total yards, we had 296 yards, while they had 324 yards. We both had 9 drives apiece. We both averaged 4.9 yards per play. When it comes to passing, we had 230. They had 150. When it comes to that, and also, but the rushing yards is what really affected us because they were able to keep drives alive with the rushing yards and probably tire our defense out. But they had
ended up with 60 something, right?
62 rushing yards, while they had 174 rushing yards. Of course, they had more rushing attempts, but still, I take that 174. Any team that rushed for 174 yards in a game, they probably gonna win the game. And that just comes down to time of possession and controlling the clock and keeping their offense on the field. They won the penalty battle. They only had 3, and we had 6. And we both had turnovers. So it was a tough game to watch.
I guess the bright spots was Drake London, Mooney. What about that Drake London, the one-handed catch?
That was
Didn't
nice.
even touch it with the other hand. Reach for the first.
Yeah,
that was sweet.
nice. That was nice.
Of course, Bijan played well, other than the rushing.
Yeah, I mean, totally for all-purpose yards, he probably had close to 100 for sure for all-purpose yards. But you know,
Did we have any starting linemen out? I mean, what was going on with the rushing game?
I don't know. We just couldn't penetrate, man. And like I said, we might didn't stick with it because we got behind at a certain point. I hate that pistol.
I was about to say, I know they ran your most disliked play
I
a
hate
lot.
that pistol. And we just didn't have any long rushing yards, like last week. And the 49ers had a couple of them that were first downs when they handed off to their running back. But yeah, we just couldn't get penetration, man. I don't know. We couldn't get to that second level. And the 49ers were playing with some backups. They played really well. I guess they studied film and were prepared for what we were planning to do. So it's one of them things, man.
Thank God Tyler Agil ended up being okay.
Right.
Which I knew they was going to use him on a decoy on that next play because I knew the way he was walking off, it hurt. Zero, what's his name?
Diablo.
Yeah, we never found out what was up with him.
Yeah, he
We
went
seen him
out.
on the sideline, but we never seen him playing
He
again.
went out. He didn't come back in, so that affected us for sure.
Mhm.
I already know.
And Kyle Pitts played pretty good.
He did. He did.
Mhm.
He did play well. So, who we got next week?
the Dolphins
The Dolphins.
at 1.
Yeah. So we're gonna see how that go.
And yeah, we in 3rd place now.
That's a fact.
We 3-3. The Panthers are 4-3, and I think right now the Bucks are 5-1. And they play Detroit tomorrow night. Come on, Detroit. It was a tough one tonight, y'all.
It was.
I kind of felt like we had a chance though the whole time until the end.
Of course,
really,
of course. We had a chance to. We just needed our offense to step up. But they didn't. Hopefully they'll learn from this and bounce back, and we won't have these stall outs like we did, like tonight. But did you have any MVPs for tonight? Say it's bad. It was nice to see Mooney back tonight.
Yes.
He made some catches.
Mm-hmm.
Now one of them ones he dropped, I guess he was falling down to the ground too, and he probably could have brought in. That would have helped a whole lot. But he went right back to him the next play. But as far as MVPs, I don't really have one today.
You want to give it to defense?
I can, because I mean, the 49ers kicked 2 field goals and scored 2 touchdowns. They win by 20. They get 20 points. So, I mean, my defense played well enough for us to win it. If you limit the mistakes on the offense, you never know. And them 2 4th downs we went for, and we kicked field goals there. You never know what would have shook out. So.
And I mean, I hate to say it, but the one play where they drug him in the end zone.
Yeah. So it's kind of hard to say we coulda, shoulda, woulda. But if the game was called how it was supposed to, it'd be interesting to see how it turned out. Because if we could have held them to a field goal right there, that might would have gave a little more sense of we could still win this with a touchdown instead of having to score a touchdown and get an onside kick, So we're gonna see, but we're gonna bounce back next week. I'm looking forward to Miami, and gonna go from there, man.
How the Dolphins playing this year?
Not too good. There's a lot of turmoil in their locker room right now, so hopefully we can capitalize on that.
And the Panthers got Buffalo, so. Hopefully Buffalo's still upset from us putting that on them and they'll take it out on the Panthers.
They should. So we're gonna see how it go.
Yeah. Appreciate it. Still Dirty Bird Fever.
So
like, comment, subscribe.
That part.
Share.
That part.
And we'll see y'all next week. Later.